Hi. Okay, so today I'm just going to try and get all of this covered. My foxing, my divider, and my bottom. And then in our next video, we're going to go ahead and make the top part that goes on here that hides the journal that goes under it. The journals we'll do it another time. So we all kind of know how we're going to measure these. I'm going to use my bigger ruler. So basically what I do is I put my 0 at the edge, and then this is 3.5 inches. So I want to make it about 1/8 of an inch shorter than 3.5 inches. Now I've saved a few of my scrap pieces that I have, and I'm going to use that. So I actually kind of like that little ship, so I'm going to use that. So 3.5, 1/8 less would be 3 3/8. And so that's what I'm going to cut this as. And again, you know that when you're trying to make sure that it fits, you just see that's just a little bit too big. So I'm going to go ahead and take off another 1/8 of an inch, which will take it down to 3 1/4. Now, when I'm cutting off something that small, 1/8 of an inch, sometimes I'll take my ruler into the middle of my paper and I'll cut just to the end till I know that it's free, and then I'll go the other way. Otherwise, sometimes your paper will bind up and it'll get all chewed up. Okay, so let's go ahead and check that. Oh, very nice. And then the next one I'm going to do is the long one, and you can just measure this divider line. Put my 0 right there, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 5/8 should do it. And if not, we'll just take out another 1/8 of an inch. Not a big deal. So, okay, we fit it this way, and to fit it this way, you hold it and just slide it, and that's perfect. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and smudge all of my edges, and we're using Tim Holtz Vintage Photo. This is one of my favorites, and I'm sure you've heard me say that before. I know I repeat myself a lot, but sometimes we have new people who come into a video and they haven't seen some of our other videos, so they don't know some of the tricks that we've done in those videos. So I like to just keep repeat myself. I'm old, yes, but I also do it for a reason. So I'm going to take off my paper from my score tape. I want to make sure that's down pretty good. There we go. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my paper and I'm going to put glue clear on the back, all the entire back. So I want to make sure that my design is going the same way. This is the top and this is the bottom. So I want to make sure I put the top facing the same way. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to use my hands first. Got some glue on that divider. And then I'm going to use my bone folder to just, and especially, I'm going to push it down, and I'm especially going to go over where I know those brads are to make sure that it gets attached really well. right, so the next one that I want to go ahead and decorate is, I'm going to start decorating these one at a time, and we're going to do this one, then this one, then this one, this one, this one, and this one. So let's start here. And the measurement is just about exactly the same. If you put the beginning of your ruler, my 0 starts here, so that's why I put it right there. And then that is 5.5, so if I take it down 1/8 of an inch, we can do 5 3/8. And again, I have to go ahead and take off the white. Okay, so we know we want to do it 5 3/8 this way, but actually I want to find out how tall it is. So I'm going to go ahead and measure the height of that, which is 2 3/8. So if we do 2 1/4, that will be perfect. So let's go ahead and do our 2 1/4 first. 2 1/4. And then we want 5 3/8 long. And then you can check. Yeah, that looks good. So I'm just going to lay that in there. We're going to go ahead and cut everything, and then we're going to glue them in. At least we're going to cut until this paper's gone. So what did I say? 2 1/4. I'm going to make all of these. I'm going to cut all of my 2 1/4s first, because I know they are all 2 1/4 inches tall. Looks like I'm going to get about 3 pieces out of this. And then I'll have to get a different paper. Is it 2 1/4, 2 1/4? I don't think I'm going to get another one. Nope, I won't get another one out of that one. Okay, so now, if you want to, we already know that this is what, 5 3/8. So if you want to cut another one for this size, you know that it's 5 3/8. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to save myself a little bit of measuring. I'm going to cut 2 at 5 3/8. Okay, so I have one for that, one for that. So the other one that I want to make sure and do is I'm going to do the insides of these. And to measure this one, I'm just going to go ahead and measure from here to here. And it looks like 3 1/4 will just do it. So let's do 3 1/4. Okay, and that won't fit anywhere. So let's go ahead and put those aside. And then I'm going to measure the inside of this, which I need my bigger ruler. So I put my 0 here, and 6 5/8. I really like those little clocks on the side. Okay, so we're going to have to cut another piece of paper, but before we do that, let's go ahead and check that all of these fit. Yep, that fits. We know that one fits. That one fits. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and smudge all of these for at least in and then we'll glue them, and then we'll work on the other side. Now, this outside part of the foxing where it's all black, we're not going to cover that. That just stays black, or whatever color you're using. You might be using brown chipboard. Okay, there's one. There's two. I know I wear this sweater a lot, and it has been washed. It doesn't look it because it's a very cheap yarn and it pills. I made this sweater. I knit it. But I keep this because it's a craft room sweater, and so I don't mess up all my pretty sweaters. I know some women really get all dressed up, and I think that's so neat that they're so clean in different nice pretty clothes, but I can't do that. I'm messy. I'm very messy. So just ignore my little, and I could pull these all off, but that's a lot of work. So I just keep washing it. Not a big deal for me. Okay, so we want to make sure we make the right size. So I'm going to make sure and check. Yep, that one goes there. So I'm going to go ahead. That's hard to tell which side's up. Okay, that side's up. I'm going to go ahead and glue the entire back of this. One of the girls I watch, she is absolutely gorgeous. She has the beautiful nails and she has beautiful clothes. She's very fancy. And I love to watch her. Not only for her artistic talent, but also she's just really classy. Really, really pretty things. I can't do that. All my clothes would be ruined. I would get glue on everything. Okay, so I want put my flying man there, so I'm going to put glue on him, and I'm cautious. I watch which way is up because I don't want my poor flying man to be on his head in here. And again, I use my fingers and then I use my bone folder to kind of push that all down, and then we'll do this side. And I'm going to check, yep, put some glue on this. Make sure it's upright. And I'm leaving myself just a little bit of black all around the edges. I push with my hand. Now, because this is an inside piece, I'm going to go ahead and use my bone folder, but I'm going to support it on this side with my hand. So that my material doesn't crack or break. And I just move my hand wherever I think my bone folder is going to be. There we go. Now I know I have this one, so let's go ahead and glue this one in. Wow, some of these are, it's a city, it's a map, and so it's really hard to tell which way is up. I guess it doesn't matter if it's just the map. This is one of Victoria Design's papers. It is called Steampunk Motion. And it's a lot of trains and airplanes, balloons. It's a lot of travel. You can see the different equipment for travel. So it's just kind of fun. It's a really pretty paper if you're interested. And this is one of her digital prints that you can print yourself. So we have this entire area finished, and we just have two sides to do here. So let's go ahead and find another piece that will work. And I'm hoping this will. I'm going to try and see. We did 2 1/4. Just about. Just 2 1/4? Yeah, 2 1/4. Okay, so I'm going to use this part. Actually, I think I'm going to cut this first, and you know, you have to kind of judge what your paper will look like. And in order to save paper, I'm going to go ahead and cut my first piece here 2 1/4 inches. I'm always trying to think, how can I get the most out of this piece of paper? And I don't always do it. Sometimes I make a really royal mess. And then I'm going to go ahead and take my edge off of this one. And I'm going to do 2 1/4 on this side. Okay, so all I have to do then is, and I forgot what this measure was, it's going to be the same measurement. I'm going to put my pin back in my glue just to keep it from drying out. And it's already started. There we go. Okay, so I'll put my 0 there, and I think it was 6, and yep, it's about 6 1/2. So let's go ahead with this one and see if we can get 6 1/2 out of it. Oh, just about perfect. Nice. And of course I'm going to check it. Yeah, that's perfect. And then I want to measure this long side also. And I have about 6 inches, just a little over 6 inches. So what I will do is between 6 and 6 1/8, I will lay it. And mine have flat tops. The between the inside, the down diggy, the hollow part, is actually where the 6 or 6 1/8. So I'm going to put it right between those two. And I'm going to check it. Yeah, perfect. Okay, I'm going to put my scoreboard away. And I'm going to smudge these two pieces. This is such pretty paper. I have a video showing you our Epson Echo Tank printer, and we have had it for, I think we've had it 2 years, and the ink just lasts. It almost lasted me 9 months, and I print a lot of paper. It also does some really pretty, it does nice color. So it's cheaper than if you have to put those individual colors in. They just have a tank, and you can go and search for Echo Tank in my videos, and it'll take you to that video so that you can kind of see what I'm talking about. But I have really enjoyed my Echo Tank. My husband got that for us, and I should say me because I use it the most. He uses it once in a while, but I have used it hard. I've really used it a lot, and it has been worth. I feel like the printer has already paid for itself in the price of the ink that I've saved, not having to spend so much on ink. Because I do, I print a lot. Oops, that one doesn't go there. See, I didn't check. That one goes here. All right, I'm gonna put a little bit more ink because I made a mistake. I was talking, mouth and gear, brain shuts off. Okay, so I'm gonna put this one in here. There we go, that's better, it fits. And I'm using the warmth of my hand, then I use my bone folder. And I got a little excess ink coming out, so I take it off with just the edge of my bone folder. Okay, this one fits here, so let's go ahead and glue this one up, and then we will have all of our paper for the outside of the box finished. that looks nice. That looks great. And again, since this is an inside one, I'm going to support it with my hand behind where I'm putting my bone folder and pushing. I don't push terribly hard, but you do have to push a little bit to get these for the glue to spread out. Okay, look at that. We have the entire inside and outside covered with pretty paper. Okay, this is about a 20-minute video, so I want to stop here. I don't make real long videos. I just feel like for newbies, and some of you probably go through 3 or 4 videos at a time on the weekend, and that's really cool. I like that too. But I try to keep these videos short for any new people who aren't used to working with paper and boxes. The next one that we will do will be to put the top box on top of this, and you will need to make sure that you have something like this that you can use to pull that box out with. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed this. I know it's short, and I appreciate you coming. I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.